All right, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about 6 not so obvious signs that you may be falling out of love with your partner. You know, there's a difference between needing a little space and fantasizing about a separate life. And of course, everyone experiences this emotional shift in their own unique way, and only you know how you truly feel. But in case you need some clarity, let's go over some of the most common and often missed signs that your heart is no longer in it. So, sign number 1, you're not that excited to spend time with them. So it's one thing to dread hanging out with someone, which is a pretty obvious indicator that you're not exactly into them, you know. But even feeling indifferent about your upcoming anniversary date or fun weekend plans can signal that things have kind of fizzled out. Quality time with your special someone, it should be something that you look forward to, not like some obligation you would secretly rather skip. Number 2, you don't miss them when they're gone. And missing your someone when they're not around, well, it's a natural part of being in love. A sign that you genuinely enjoy spending time with them. So if you no longer feel the urge to send a quick "I miss you" text when they're out of town working, or you're not counting down the days until they get home, this lack of longing, it can signal that your feelings are changing. Number 3, you have stopped keeping them in the loop or checking in with them or how they're doing. And normally, you would probably rush to share all of your wins and losses with someone you love. And likewise, you would like to hear about their ups and downs too. But if you find yourself forgetting to mention these moments or not even bothering to ask your partner about their day, that may indicate that you're mentally checked out of the relationship. Number 4, you don't really consider them when making decisions. In most relationships, partners lean on each other for advice and guidance. Involving your partner in your everyday choices implies that you value and respect their perspective. So when you are no longer seeking their input, it shows that what they think may not be important to you anymore. Number 5, you're not willing to compromise for them. So every healthy relationship requires some level of compromise. With someone you're not that into anymore, you may be less inclined to make adjustments for them. Think about it. Most of us are not willing to endure terrible toxic in-laws, for instance, or learn a new language for just anyone, right? Only for those special people who are worth going the extra mile for. Part of your partner's joy is your joy as well, which is why an unwillingness to meet them halfway is another telltale sign that you're falling out of love. Number 6, you think about your future and they're just not a part of it. So as you imagine what lies ahead, maybe you picture a successful career, a house by the water, or backpacking across Europe. But if you realize your aspirations no longer include your partner, that's a pretty big red flag. Occasionally, thinking about the what ifs of being single is normal and usually pretty innocent, but if you have planned out a life in your mind without your partner and you're looking forward to it, that may mean you don't really enjoy your life as it is now. I mean, obviously, none of us have a crystal ball to show us exactly what our future holds, right? But if you're already sensing that you're growing apart, it's worth asking yourself, is your current relationship standing in the way of any dreams or goals you have? So, what do you do if you think you're falling out of love? You might assume a breakup is inevitable. If you're watching this and relating to some or a lot of the signs, and in some cases, leaving a relationship that no longer fulfills you may actually be the best thing or the best decision for everyone involved. But just because the chemistry isn't as strong as it used to be doesn't mean that it's impossible to reignite the flame if that is something you want. Being honest about your doubts is the first step toward understanding each other's perspectives and ideally finding solutions together, like making more of an effort to spend quality time together or trying couples therapy. Ultimately, if you're serious about saving your relationship, you have to put in the work to rediscover your lost love. Try going back to the basics, go out on spontaneous dates, and try to get to know them again. That way you can reconnect with the person that you first fell for.